Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Cody back with PackPullers, and we are actually back in the downstairs recording space. I wanted to try some new things today with today's video. So we're gonna be setting up some like new camera angles, multiple cameras. We've got a new collar, like lavalier mic. All of that being done in this bigger area makes things easier and hopefully brings a higher quality of content for you guys. With that being said, this is a larger, emptier room. So hopefully that doesn't mess things up too bad, but we're gonna be trying some stuff out. We're gonna be moving some cameras around and just really trying to step up the level of content that I'm bringing to you guys. If you watched our last video, you might have seen where I was kind of like in a creative rut and wasn't really sure what I wanted to do and if I wanted to keep just like opening boxes. And I think at least for a little bit, I might be stepping away from just like a typical box break. But with that being done, I want to bring to you higher quality content and more varied content. So really get into like the video that I did in the past where like, hey, this is sorcery and this is why I like sorcery and this is why I'm gonna play sorcery and show it to all my friends. Or, hey, this is the deck that I'm playing in this certain game and this is why I enjoy it, whether or not it's good or whether or not I'm winning with it. So there's a whole lot of different content and higher quality content coming down the pipe. I have a lot of time on my hands right now. I recently suffered an injury at work, so I am off my feet for a little while. And hopefully during that time, I am able to really bring to you guys something that you like. So a little bit longer of an intro today. I'm sorry about that. We do have something very excited to go over. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out and watching. Let me know what you think about today's changes to the videos, what you like, what you didn't like, and let's get into it. And boom, just like that, we are back. Now we're here and we're here. So this is one of the things that I wanted to try out today is kind of setting up two different camera angles. So I got two cameras going. Hopefully I don't like totally ruin this and like lose recording somewhere in here. So in fear of that, we're just gonna go ahead and rip right into it. And today we are going to be finding glory. This is Gloryfinder. Anybody familiar with Shadowverse Evolve, you know that I am real tardy to the party here. Gloryfinder is a new format that they came out with. I believe it was July of 24. So here we are, time of recording, November of 25. I just recently found out about this. Like I love Shadowverse. There's not really a whole lot of, like a big local placing in my area, so I don't really keep up with it. I play the mobile game. I had no idea that they came out with this until recently. So for those of you who are unaware, Gloryfinder is a 4-player commander style format. So it's a 4-player singleton format. So one of each card, and it kind of takes some things away from Commander, from Magic the Gathering. So we're gonna rip into, first of all, a beautiful box. This is what really got me sold on it. You're gonna make a 4-player format, and when you make that 4-player format, you are going to give me a 4-player starter set, a beautiful box, a guide on how to play, and 4 decks for me and my friends to sit down and jam. Absolutely. Commander is the only like piece of Magic the Gathering that I still play, and that's because what is so important to me in TCGs is playing with my friends and having that casual format. That's why I love Commander so much. And so if you're gonna give me a product that lets me just sit down and pop it open with my friends, we're already batting 1,000. So beautiful box. Shows our 4 heroes, or 4 characters that we're going to be playing in these decks, who are not our commanders. So we don't have like a commander card like you do in the commander format, but you have something similar but different. So let's get into it. Let me just go ahead and make sure. Yeah, we're cooking with gas here right now. So inside of our 4-player starter set, we have, looks like deck lists and probably a, is this just all deck lists? Yes. So we have 4 deck lists, the 4 decks. We have the 4 decks themselves. Of course, this is really gonna throw me off because like I can't see it like I used to. Like normally I'm able to like look and see what we're working with. We have, looks like 4 packs of spin down life counters, tokens, buff counters, keywords, and probably playmats in there. Is there anything underneath this? There is not. And then of course, the 4 decks themselves. So before we start opening up deck, let's open up one of these packs here and see what they give us. So we have counters, we have buff counters, life and health counters, keywords, all the good stuff. Really not sure what these are supposed to be, but that's probably just me not having played Shadowverse in a while. Playmat. Okay, yeah, that's what that is. That's max play points and current play points. We have playmats. Now I'm wondering if this has a different space for our glory card. It doesn't look like it. So we've got our leader, our deck, cemetery, field, EX area, evolve to banish, and then our resource, of course. We'll just set that aside. A spin down life counter. Gotta love it. Goes up to 30, which actually I think you start with 30 health in this format. And then a quick start manual. So I'm not gonna read every rule ever with this. This video is gonna be based on the assumption that you at least have a working knowledge of Shadowverse, but there are rule variations for this 4-player format, so I do want to touch on that. So our quick manual, what is Gloryfinder? Gloryfinder is a gameplay format in which 3 or more players battle each other for glory, right? So we have cards, card types. These are all basic cards. Okay, here's something that we want to focus on. Again, just make sure. And I'm sorry if like I'm sitting weird and I'm moving up and down weird. I said in the intro I suffered an injury at work. My leg is like real messed up, so I'm trying to fix that. And actually, before we get into it, let me try and fix one more thing. We'll be back with the magic of editing. We're back. I really didn't like that glare we had going on. So it might be a little too dark now. Again, we're trying a lot of new stuff today. We're gonna work out the kinks and it's gonna be awesome going forward. So what do we have here? So we have our leader card, every deck, Shadowverse, it's the way it works. Then we have a glory card. So in the commander format, you have your commander, right? Which is a unit. Some of them, you know, they have the artifacts, the spaceships, the vehicles that you can crew, different things. But in general, it's a unit, right? It's a legendary creature, and that is your commander, and you can play it over and over again throughout the game, plus commander attacks, right? In Gloryfinder, we have what's called our glory card. So designate a card from your leader's class, so only from your class. It must be a card that can be legally used in your main deck. You cannot designate a card with the same name as a card in your main deck. So you can't try and like get around the singleton rules. Now, what's important about that is it says designate a card. It doesn't say designate a unit. So your glory card can be a spell. Your glory card can be a unit. I don't think it can be an evolved unit. I think that's an important distinction. But outside of that, I was fairly certain we started with 30 life, and I want to make sure that I am reading that correct. Okay, before the game, oh, here's another important thing, right? So evolution points, a very important thing in Shadowverse. So distribute evolution points as follow. The first player, so however you designate the first player, roll dice, whatever. First player gets 0 evolution points, second player gets 1, third player gets 2, the fourth 3, and then so on. So this is not capped at 4, it's a minimum of 3. It is not capped. I remember in high school, I'm gonna go down memory lane. I remember I would go play Friday Night Magic at Easttown Mall. And then after we would go to Friday Night Magic, we would have 15-ish people. It felt like, 100 at the time, but I was a kid. We would have probably 15, 20 people go across the street to the Crystals, and we would just jam a bunch of tables together and then it was Commander time, and it was awesome. Some of my fondest memories playing Magic from a long, long time ago. But we're getting off topic here. So distribute those points as follows. You draw your hand. Okay, so here we go. Each player sets their max play points to 2 at the start, and then their leader's defense to 30. So you start with 2 play points and 30 health. And I think those are going to be our major rule change. Outside of that, you play Shadowverse. As far as deck restrictions go, 50 cards, singleton format, and I believe you can have up to 20 cards in your evolved deck. Let's see if it specifies. Again, these are just the quick play rules, so I don't think it does. It's giving you the decks, so we'll look at the decks and see. All right, which one do we want to get into first? I know which one I want to do last, and that's going to be Mono, the Abysscraft one. I love Abysscraft. It's probably my favorite gameplay style. We'll start with Swordcraft. We'll do Swordcraft, Heavencraft, Portalcraft, Abysscraft. Sound good? Sound good. All right, making sure we're still rolling. So one thing that I really like is they gave us 2 new characters that are unique to the Gloryfinder starter deck. So they're not, unique cards that you gotta spend a lot of money to get or anything. They're flavored, they're new characters, right? Your leader is effectively just a cosmetic, choice. So it doesn't change functionally how you play. But I love, that's one of the things I like about Shadowverse, right? Is they give us these unique characters. They give you all this lore. But they gave us Pharrell and Nadia. So we're going to start with Pharrell. We're going to start with Swordcraft. And while we're going through the decks, move it to the side. And, I'm going to cut this out. All right, we got it. So Pharrell Exalted Blade is our leader. And then again, these are all one-ofs, right? So we're not going to have a play set of any of these. Make sure these look good, and we are set. We have Magnolia, Battlefield Muse. She's a legendary. I'm not going to read all the text of every single one of these cards because we have 4 decks of 50 singleton cards at 200 cards. We're not going to do that, but if one catches my eye, we're going to go through it for a minute. One of those being legendaries, right? So Magnolia, Battlefield Muse. She has a 3-cost evolve. Fanfare, search your deck for a follower that costs 2 or less, reveal it and add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Nice. You can search. Latham, Honorable Knight. Big boy, 8/8. Oof, 8 cost. Follower, Commander. Gloryfinder. These are also tagged Gloryfinder, so that's interesting. Fanfare, select up to 5 Swordcraft followers in your cemetery and add them to your hand. For the rest of the game, your hand size has no limit. What? That's insane. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Arthur, King Knight, 7 costs. Fanfare, if your leader is Swordcraft, reveal the top 10 cards of your deck. You may summon any number of followers that cost 2 or less from among them. Shuffle the rest and shuffle the rest and put them on the bottom of your deck. That's interesting. I guess not put them in the order that you choose. Whenever a follower is put onto your field, evolve it. Dude, that's crazy. Swordcraft is coming out of the gate swinging. Sky Fortress, Commander, 7 costs. This card costs 7 less to play if there are at least 10 cards on the field. I don't think that's your field, right? I think that would include everybody's. It would have to because you can't have 10 cards on your field per rules. So, what's the L? Okay, we're back. The L is the last words, the death rattle. On death, it does something. So it costs 7 less to play if there are at least 10 cards on the field. It's 5/6. Death right, last words. Select up to 2 followers that cost 3 or less in your cemetery and summon them. Oh man, I'm trying not to read every card, but gosh, these are cool. 8 costs, normal. Can we mix? Okay, we'll see. 8 costs, normal. Odin. He's got Storm, so he can attack any enemy players as soon as he comes in. Fanfare, select up to 1 card on each opponent's field and banish them. Oh, that's good. 8 costs, 5/4. Aurelia, Rush, Assail, and Ward. Jeez. Fanfare, select an enemy leader. If there are at least 3 cards on their field, give this follower +2/+2 and Aura. 5 cost, 4/6. Albert's been a big part of this game for a long time. 4 costs, 3/5 with Storm, but you can evolve him. Alexander, Rush, and Assail. Yeah, 6 costs, 5/9. Goodness gracious, that's a stat line. Gwaine, also a big card for a long time. Rush, 5 costs, 5/5. Reveal 2 commander or Arthurian cards from your hand. Recover 2 play points. That's always huge, getting resources back. While this card on your field, the first commander you play each turn costs 1 less. Love reduction. Gabriel, 4/3 with Ward. Again, making sure. Gabriel, 4/3 with Ward, costs 6. Fanfare, select another follower on your field and give it +4/+3 and Assail. Dark Angel, Olivia, 5 costs, 5/5. Choose up to 2 of the following. Gain 1 evolution point. Give your leader +3 health. Draw a card, or each opponent discards a card. I love making opponents discard a card. Burst Shot. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go in like super mode here because we've got a lot of cards to get through. Burst Shot, 3 cost. Now this is interesting. This is a Forest Craft spell. So does our deck not have typical restrictions? We can put any cards in there? Interesting. Burst Shot, Blitz Lancer, 3/1 with Rush. Giant's Bane Swordsman, 4/3. Select an enemy follower that costs 7 more on the field, destroy it, and it gets +2/+2. Wow. For 3 costs? Cost 7 or more, destroy it. Wow, that's interesting. Wow. 3 costs, removal, and it comes in as 6/6 if you use removal. Noble Knight, 4 costs, 3/3. Draw 2 cards. You may summon up to 2 followers that cost 2 or less from your hand. That's really good. This looks like a really strong deck already. Iron Rot Fortress. Is this a spell? Oh, it's an amulet. At the start of your end phase, you may summon a Shield Guardian token. You can tap it, bury it, give your leader +3 health. Italia, Holy Angel, Rush and Assail. Deal 5 damage to each enemy. I can't really tell what that symbol is. I guess just the normal I don't even know what you'd call it. Non-allianced unit. But it is a 5 mana 5/5. Genesis of Levin. This looks like a card we need to read. 4 cost, Mercenary, Amulet Mercenary. Fanfare, each player reveals up to 1 non-spell card from their hand simultaneously. Each player who revealed an X cost card summons it. X equals the cost of the second card when the revealed cards are ordered from highest to lowest. So you don't want to be the highest, you don't want to be the lowest, you want to be in the middle, and you get to play it for free. You can bury this card, select an enemy follower on the field, and destroy it. Very interesting. Latham, 2 cost, 3/3. Amelia, 4 cost, 3/3. Fanfare, choose 1. Select a follower in your hand that costs 3 or less. Summon it. Select an enemy follower on the field. Deal 4 damage. Leonidas, 6 cost, 5/6. You can evolve him. Cyclone Blade. It's a spell. Select a commander follower on your field and deal it damage equal to its attack. Oh, deal damage equal to its attack to each follower on the field. Oh, reading's hard, guys, but that's very good. Confront adversity. Summon some tokens. See, that's a Heavencraft card. I guess you don't have the restrictions in these decks. Wingy, Chirpy Gemstone. It's a 1 cost Heavencraft unit. Evolve it. 2, it's a 1/1 with ward. Never bad. Archangel Reyna. 4/5 with ward. Lyrial, 3 cost, 2/5. You can tap it to deal 2 damage to each enemy leader. Oh, wow. While this card is on your field, your leader doesn't take ability damage? Holy. Doorblade Demon, Dollarblade Demon, I can't read. All right, so 4 cost, Forcecraft, 4/4. Fanfare and Last Right, deal 1 damage to each enemy leader and follower on the field. Floral Fencer, 3 cost, 3/3, you can evolve it. Made Leader, 1 cost, 1/1 with evolve. Gymstaff Commander, 3 cost, 3/2. Search your deck for a Swordcraft follower. Reveal it, add it to your hand, shuffle. Swordsman, 1 cost, 2/1. Disciple of Usurpation. 3 cost, 3/2 with Storm and then Strike. Each opponent buries the top card of their deck. If there are at least 10 cards in an opponent's cemetery, this follower gets +2. Ooh, interesting. And that's on Strike, so it can keep happening. Guys, we're going to have to go like sicko mode to get through all of these. Next up, Fervent Machine Soldier, 3 cost, 3/4. Whole Souled Swing, select an enemy follower on the field, deal 3 damage to it, put a knight into your EX zone. Round Table Assembly. Choose one of the following. 1 cost, or 1. Search your deck for an Arthurian follower, reveal it, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Select an Arthurian follower on your field and give it +1/+2. Freshman Lou, 2 cost, 1/2. Search your deck for a spell. Soul Conversion. Sacrifice one of your units, draw 2. Fantastic card. Draw is always great. Acolyte's Light. Ooh, it's quick spell, right? So we love instant speed. Select an enemy follower on the field and banish it. Give your leader +2 health. That's really good. Removal and healing yourself. Unicorn Dancer Unica. On Strike, give your leader +2 health. That's really good. Pure-Hearted Singer. Enter and exit. Draw a card. Wow, that is some art. Goodness gracious. Got the heavies. Rosa Mecha Wing Maiden. 2 costs, 1/3 with ward. Archer. It's an archer. 2 costs, 1/4. Whenever another follower is put into your field, select an enemy follower on the field, deal 1 damage. Fida, the Gentle Elf. 2 costs, 2/1. Quick Blader. It's got Storm. 1/1 with Storm. Swift Infiltrator. 2 costs, 2/2. Whenever follower you control evolves, give this one +1/+1. Gunner Maid Saria. Fanfare, search your deck for a princess follower, reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle. 2 costs, 1/3. Bladed Hedgehog. During your turn, whenever an enemy follower is destroyed, give this follower +1 attack. The guy will get fat. Tristan of the Round Table. 2/2 with ward. Ooh, here we go. Some Portercraft cards. Love good spells. That's not even a spell. That's Craig, the Wizard of Mysteria. 2 costs, 2/1. Fanfare, draw a card, discard a card. Mini Soul Devil. 2 costs, 3/2. Whenever a follower you control evolves, deal 2 damage to each enemy leader. That's always huge. Demon's Epitaph. 2 costs, 2/2. Discard a card and evolve it. That's really nice. Not having to pay an evolution cost. That's always good. Next up is our Evolve deck. So we have Evolved Magnolia. We're only going to read these cards if they have on evolve effect, right? So on evolve, give each other enemy follower or each other follower on your field +2/+2. That's huge, especially in a deck that likes to just throw stuff out on the board. Latham on evolve. Select any number of face-up evolved followers in your evolved deck and turn them face down. Oh, that's ridiculous. Being able to get them back. The Evolved Sky Fortress. Evolved Albert. On evolve, for the rest of this turn, this follower does not take combat damage. And then strike, refresh this follower. So it can only happen once per turn. So get some free attacks in and can't take any damage in return. Blitz Lancer. Leonidas on evolve. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal 5 damage to it and this follower. Last words, summon a Leonidas Resolves token. We'll see that in a second. Wingy. Archangel Reyna on evolved. Recover play points equal to the number of face-up evolved followers in your evolved deck, and then turn them face down. That's crazy. Being able to get your evolved followers back is insane. But kind of interesting because it's a singleton deck, right? So you don't have more copies of those cards that you've evolved already. So I don't know how you would get the cards back to be able to evolve them again. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Floral Fencer on evolved. Summon a Steel-clad Knight and a Knight token. Made Leader on evolved. Search your deck for a follower with E. Reveal it, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Unicorn Dancer Rosa on evolve, draw a card. That's never bad. Archer Fita, the Gentle Elf on evolve, give your leader +1 health and draw a card. Love drawing cards, man. Quick Blader, the Hedgehog, the Bladed Hedgehog on evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 2 damage, which goes well with his ability. Tristan on evolve, select an Arthurian card in your cemetery, add it to your hand. There you go. That's how you get them back. That's how you get them back. You evolve them, you use them, you turn them back. You turn them back from face up to face down in your evolved deck, and then you get Tristan to bring them back into your hand. That's where it's at. Craig on evolve, draw a card, discard a card. The Epitaph has Bane, and then deal 2 damage to each enemy leader. And then we have some tokens. We've got Knight, 1/1 tokens. Steel-clad Knight, 2/2 tokens. Shield Guardian, 1/1 with ward. And this token that we saw from Leonidas. Leonidas is Resolve, which is an 8 cost, but it gets summoned anyway. Whenever a Swordcraft follower is put onto your field, give it +3/+3 and rush. Whoa, that's ridiculous, and that's just going to stay out there. Wow. Swordcraft came out swinging, absolutely swinging. That deck looks ridiculous. We're just going to keep going. We're going to get into the next one, and then at the end, we'll talk about our thoughts on everyone. So, here we go. I will be honest, I do not remember the order that I said I was going to open these in, except for Mono being the last. But looking at the box, I really wanted to open up the Heavencraft and Nadia Eagle Eye next, because that is a beautiful character and some gorgeous design, and I wanted to open it. Heavencraft, like the leader, kind of feels a little different. Feels a little weird considering there's not that deck restriction. The only restriction is your glory card. Whatever you decide to be your glory card has to be the same type as your leader. So let's get into it. Lina, Sister of Judgment. This is 3 cost, legendary, 1/4. Fanfare, select an opponent. They bury a follower. Give your leader health equal to the buried follower's defense. Huge. Garula, Ruler of Storms, 6 cost, 5/5. Fanfare, if your leader is Heavencraft, search your deck for a 3 cost amulet and a 1 cost amulet, summon them, and shuffle your deck. That seems like it would be a really good glory card. So remember, the glory cards is 1 card that you select, and it sits outside the game, basically in your hand forever, and you can play it 1 time, right? It's not the same as the commander. It works as the commander zone does. You just don't get the card back. So only play it once. And that seems like a really strong card to be able to play on command. Lion of the Golden City, 2 costs, 3/3. Fanfare, each player may add an amulet from their cemetery to their hand. Pay 5 and tap. You may summon an amulet from your hand. That also seems really good to have on demand. Elysian Saint Hares, 2 costs, 1/2. Choose one of the following. Search your deck for a 1 cost follower, summon it, shuffle your deck, or select a card in your banished zone and add it to your hand. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of any card in any game ever I've seen let you take something out of banishment. That's wild. I mean, it's only 1 card, but select a card from your banished zone and add it to your hand is nuts. We've got Odin. We saw him in the other deck. Crazy card. Very, very good. Imperial Dragoon, 8 cost, 6/6. Fanfare, deal each enemy leader and enemy follower on the field damage equal to the number of cards in your hand. Discard your hand. Whoa. Yikes. You better be winning after that. I don't know, or have something maybe in your glory zone that's going to draw you a bunch of cards. Jeanne d'Arc, classic. 4 cost 3/4. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to each enemy follower on the field. Can evolve. Heavenly Aegis. Wow, what a card! Look at that. Oh man, I really didn't like the glare that we had, but I'm hoping it's not too dark and these still look really good. None of these have any foil treatment, so that's why I'm not like super concerned. But I still want you guys to be able to see this. Wow, this is a big card. 8 cost 8/8. 2 costs of all the follower. What is the E? We looked at that earlier. Maybe it's just an active, right? So an active ability. Discard 3 cards, evolve this follower. It has aura. Cards with aura can't be selected for enemy spells or abilities, so kind of like Ward. Ward from Magic. Ward and Shadowverse is Taunt. Anyway, this card can't be destroyed by abilities. It can still be destroyed by ability damage, which is a very interesting distinction. Wow, Heavenly Aegis. Honestly, kind of a little underwhelmed by looking at that card and reading its ability. But maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Princess Snow White, 2 costs 2/2, Fanfare. If this card is put into the field from hand, place a Fable counter on it. If not, give it +1/+1. Last rights, if this card had a Fable counter on it, put this card into its owner's EX area. Ooh, very nice. A little bit of recursion there. Aether of the White Wing, 7 costs 3/5. Better have a good effect, right? It's got Ward. So Fanfare, search your deck for a Heavencraft follower, not named Aether of the White Wing, that costs less than your maximum of play points, and summon it. Then shuffle your deck. Wow, that's a late game hit for sure. Lucifer, 7 cost 6/7. Costs 0 to evolve. So the E must be like active ability, right? Like you can activate it during your turn at slow speed, at sorcery speed, because that's the way the evolved cost is figured. Anyway, 6/7, you can evolve it at the start of your end phase. Give your leader +4 health. Crazy. Valhalla General, 3 costs 4/4. With Aura at the start of your end phase, change his follower's defense to 4. Very interesting. Greater Priestess, I hope that's not too loud outside. Greater Priestess, 1/4 Ward. Fanfare, select an opponent. Select a card in an opponent's EX area and banish it. Grimaud, Holy Fox. 6 costs 4/6 with Ward. Recover play points equal to 2 times the number of amulets in your field. That's pretty ridiculous. Themesis Purge, 5 costs, spell. When this card is discarded by an enemy ability, select an enemy follower on the field, destroy it, and draw a card. Very, very good. Can be played at quick speed. Select an opponent, destroy each follower on their field, and give your leader +1 defense for every follower destroyed. Oh, sorry about that, Swordcraft. Your board is gone. Noble Fangs. It's an amulet. It's 3 costs. Fanfare. Select an enemy follower on the field and a follower on your field. Deal the first follower damage equal to the second's attack. You can tap it. Bury this card. Select an enemy follower on the field and a follower on your field. Deal the... Okay, it's the same. It's the same ability. Athena. Gorgeous. 4 costs 3/6. Deathrite. Select an enemy leader and deal it 3 damage. When this card is reserved on your field, so whenever it's tapped, it takes damage instead of your leader. Well, that's very nice. Atalia, Holy Angel, 5/5, rush and assail. Fanfare, deal 5 damage to each enemy. Okay, I think we saw that in the other deck too. Odette, White Swan, beautiful card. 5 costs, 4/6. Fanfare, give +2 health to your leader and each other follower on your field. Last rights, give +2 health to your leader and each other follower on your field. That's really good. Being able to buff health and recover health is great. Apostle of Repose, 3 costs. At the start of each opponent's main phase, recover 1 play point. That's really nice because that can let you play some quick speed spells. If you could even tap out and then still be able to recover play points, it's really good. Because you know you're going to recover at least 3, right? Because it's at the start of their main phase, so it's not like on end phase. So you're going to recover at least 3 play points. So you can spend all your mana and say, okay, well, I've got this 1, 2, or 3 cost quick spell, or you don't spend it all and you just kind of do the math. Check our status here. Boys, this is going to be a long one, and I hope you like it. Boys and girls. Never leaving anybody out. Next up, we've got Hakrabi. 3 cost 4/3 with Ward. Fanfare, discard an amulet. Search your deck for a 1 cost amulet. Summon it and shuffle your deck. Themis's Decree. Destroy each follower on the field. You got a Day of Judgment. Man, my Damnation mat is upstairs. I should be using the Damnation mat. Love to see a good board wipe, especially in multiplayer formats. Like, I'm that guy. Love playing board wipes. I don't like playing like land destruction and being that like a jerk, but I like a good board wipe. Sacred Plea, 1 cost amulet. Bury this card, draw a card. Play 2 and bury this card, draw 2 cards. I like that. I like a module. If I don't have the resources, still get a card, still cycle it. But if I do have the resources, I can get more of an advantage. I'm a very, very greedy player in general. 2 costs, Globe of the Starways. Fanfare, search your deck for an amulet, reveal it, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Bury this card, give your leader +1 health, and draw a card. Ancient Protector. While this card is on your field, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win. Shout out to Platinum Angel. Put it up right now. Platinum Angel's the GOAT. That card carried me when I was really, really bad at games. Platinum Angel, shout out. Whenever your leader's defense becomes 0 or less, bury this card and change your leader's defense to 1. Path to Purgatory. 3 costs, Fanfare, draw 3 cards and deal 3 damage to your leader. At the start of your end phase, if your leader's defense is 6 or less, tap this, bury this card, deal 6 damage to each enemy follower on the field. Ooh, that's pretty good. Gino, Machine Artisan. Oh, I really like that art. I like Gino. Gino looks cool. 2 cost 2/2. You can evolve whenever you play an amulet. Select a follower on your field and give it +1 health. Iron Staff Mechanic. 5 cost 4/4. Search your deck for a 1 cost card, put it into your EX area, then shuffle your deck. It costs 1 less to play this turn. Well, that's very nice. Shenlong! I love Dragoncraft. Dragoncraft and Abysscraft are my top 2 for sure. Shenlong. This is a 5 cost 4/5 with Ward. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. That's nice. It's nice that you still get the card advantage on it, so it's not like draw 2, discard 2. Serpent's Wrath. 3 cost quick spell. We talked about that. 3 cost quick spell, select an enemy follower on the field, deal it 5 damage, and if Overflow is active for you, draw a card. That's another thing I really like about this game. Side tangent. I like how, you know, in other games, like you have your colors in Magic the Gathering, you have different classes in Hearthstone that have, you know, a hero power. I like how distinct every class feels in Shadowverse, how they have their own class mechanics, how and Hearthstone is still a good example. Like you have Death Knight that works with corpses, just the way Abysscraft works with shadows in this game. I love the overflow mechanic from Dragoncraft because you want to ramp, and so not only when you do your ramp do you get the benefit of, okay, well, I can play these cards faster now, but I also have these cards that do an extra thing because I've built my deck around these constraints and I can do these things. I really like when you're not just saying this class is unique because it can only play these cards. I love when you say this class is unique because it can only do these things. It's the only class that can do it. No other class has something like it, right? I love that. I think that's top tier game design. So, rant over. Priest of the Cudgel, 3 cost 3/3. Prism Priestess, cute. That's adorable. 1 cost 1/1. Radiance Angel, 4 cost 3/4. Ward, Fanfare, draw a card. You can't beat that, right? You just can't beat a good statted card that says draw a card. That's so good. Disciple of Repose. At the start of each opponent's main phase, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 1 damage. Really cool art. I love this right here. How we doing? We're good. Sorry for the up down. I really am. This is new. We're working on it. Silver Cog Spinner. 4 costs 5/4. Fanfare. If there are at least 5 cards in your hand, recover 2 play points. If there are 5 or less, draw a card. Nice. Module. I like it. 4 cost quick spell. Acolyte's Light. Select an enemy follower on the field. Banish it. Give your leader +2 health. Fantastic. Did I grab 2 there? Blackened Scripture. Really cool art. I like this guy. 2 costs, quick spell, select an enemy follower with 3 or less defense and banish it. Beast Call Aria, 3-cost amulet. On enter, summon a Holy Falcon token, pay 2 and tap it, summon a Holy Tiger. There's the Pure-Hearted Singer again. Draw some cards. Seems like a really good card to have in a 1-of format. Early game drop, early game 1/2, and you get 2 cards out of it. That's card advantage. That's really good. Rosa, we saw her earlier. 1/3 with Ward. Execution, 4-cost, quick spell. Select an enemy card on the field and destroy it. Starry Elf. 3-cost, 3/3. Fanfare, search your deck for an amulet, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Mark of the Six. 1-cost. The next time your leader would take damage this turn, it doesn't take damage. And it's a quick spell. That's really good. In response, my favorite words in any card game. In response. Love it. I love interaction. I love games that, what's the word I'm looking for? Encourage interaction. Love it, love it, love it. Love the back and forth. Blazing Breath, 1-cost, quick spell. Select an enemy follower on the field, deal 2 damage. If Overflow is active, deal 4 instead. I didn't explain it earlier. Overflow is a Dragoncraft mechanic where if you have 7 or more max play points or 7 or more max mana, like if you're thinking Hearthstone terms, same thing, you get 1 max play point every turn. So Overflow, if you have 7 or more, it does the thing. Next up, Dragon's Nest, 1-cost amulet, tap it, bury this card, give your leader +2 health. If Overflow is active, draw a card. Undying Resentment, select an enemy follower on the field, deal 3 damage, and bury the top card of your deck. Snake Priestess, 1/3 with Ward. Curate, give your leader +5 health and draw a card. Whoa! On a 5/5 body, that's good. Gain 5 health and draw a card on a 5/5. That's really good. At the start of each opponent's main phase, give your leader +1 health. Servant of Repose, that's really nice. That kind of forces your opponents to answer it, right? Death Sentence, 3-cost. This card is put onto your field. This card is put onto the field engaged. Okay, so you can't, right. Tap it, engage. That's what the E stands for, engage. It's tap it. Bury this card, select an enemy follower on the field, and destroy it. Very, very good. Realm of Repose. Bury this card for the rest of this turn. If your leader would take more than 4 damage, it takes 4 instead. That's really nice. Somebody's got some big heavy hitters. All right, now into our evolved deck for the Heavencraft for Nadia's deck. Lena, Sister of Judgment, 2/5, Bane, and Ward. At the start of your end phase, each opponent who has a follower with X attack on the field deals 4 damage to their leader, where X is the highest attack among followers on the field. So punishes the person with the biggest board. Garula, Ruler of Storms. At the start of your end phase, select an enemy leader or enemy follower on the field. Deal damage equal to the number of amulets on your field. Very nice. Like these cards are very clearly poised to be your glory card, right? Elysian Saint Hares, on evolve, draw a card. Each player rolls a 6-sided die. Each player with the highest roll gives their leader +3 and draws a card. Very nice. Very interesting. I don't want to give my opponents that. Imperial Dragoon, on evolve, draw 3 cards. There you go. So you play the Dragoon, you wipe the board, you evolve them, you draw 3 cards. Okay, all right. And oh my gosh, gorgeous. I love the black out on this. Let me make sure I can. I love the blacked out card. I really don't think the lighting's doing these cards justice right now, but we're going to fix that in the future. Joan d'Arc, on evolve, deal 2 damage to each enemy follower on the field. Give each other follower on your field +2 health. Heavenly Aegis, becomes a 10/10 with Aura. On evolve, for the rest of this turn and during each opponent's next turn, this follower does not take damage. Whoa, that's gross. And absolutely gorgeous. So far, this deck has my favorite art. Lucifer, 8/7 with Bane. At the start of your end phase, deal 4 damage to each enemy leader. So different than his normal version where he gives you 4 health. He deals 4 damage to everybody else. Valhalla General, on evolve, engage each enemy follower on the field. At the start of your end phase, change this follower's defense to 5. Apostle of Repose, select a reserved enemy follower on the field and banish it. At the start of each opponent's main phase, recover 2 play points. Oh my goodness, gross. Gino, on evolve, search your deck for an amulet, reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. Iron Staff Mechanic, on evolve, search your deck for a 1-cost card, put it into your EX area, shuffle your deck. This costs 1 less to play. Shinlong, on evolve, give your leader +5 health. Priest of the Cudgel, on evolve, select an enemy follower with 3 defense or less and banish it. Prism Priestess, oh, cute. Search your deck for an amulet, reveal it, put it into your hand. Radiance Angel, gorgeous art. On evolve, give your leader +2 health. Rosa, on evolve, draw a card. And then our tokens, we have the Holy Falcon, which is a 2/2 with Storm. The Holy Tiger, which is a 4/4 with Rush. And evolution points. I don't remember evolution points being in the other one. Did I just miss them? I don't think they were there with the tokens. Nope. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, we gotta speed along. We're running out of gas here, boys and girls. And I hope you're having a good time. Thanks for sticking around this long, if you're still here. All right, now it's time for Baphomet, Ravaging Creator. Shout out to my buddy, you know who you are. When I sent him a picture of this, he was just like, that's just Iron Man. Like, get out of here. Baphomet, Ravaging Creator. We're looking at Portalcraft. Portalcraft is normally like way too big brain for me, but we'll see if I can get into this. So we start out with Trisophon the Malignant. Wow, this is a lot of text. 7 cost, 8/7, rush and assail, right? This follower can't attack enemies more than X times per turn. X equals the number of opponents you have left. Follower strike, refresh this follower for the rest of this turn. It doesn't take damage. That does not say that this can only happen once this turn. At the start of your end phase, if at least 3 enemy followers were put from the field into the cemetery this turn, evolve this follower. That card's insane, and I have a hard time seeing any other card, like thinking there's going to be another card that you would pick for your glory card over this. That's ridiculous. But we'll see if I'm wrong. With Electo the Dissonant, 7 cost, 6/6, can evolve. It has ward. You may put any number of followers from your hand into your EX area. That's crazy. At the start of your end phase, give +2/+2 to each other follower on your field and in your EX area. That's ridiculous. I love hand buff. Like, one of my favorite decks of all time in Hearthstone was hand buff Paladin. So that's kind of right up my alley. Megara the Indignant. I love the naming conventions of these big robots already. 7 costs, 2/9 with Aura. At the start of your end phase, select an enemy follower on the field and deal 10 damage to it. At the start of your main phase, select an enemy leader and deal 10 damage to it. Holy. Yeah, Indignant is right. Ooh. Good luck with this one. Malakio. Forbidden Supreme are his tags. It's a 1 cost, 1/3 Aura. Whenever a player draws a card, place an Armageddon counter on this card. I have a feeling we're going to figure out what that does later. Let's actually set him aside. We have Loki, 6 cost, 6/6 with ward. Engage during your turn, your fanfare. During your next turn, your fanfare abilities trigger twice. That's a good setup card. Play it and then get ready for next turn. Something really to be wary about from your opponents. Deepwood Anomaly, 7 cost, 8/8. Whenever this follower deals attack damage to an enemy leader, you win the game. It's not they lose the game, you win the game. Wow. I'm curious to see what his evolve looks like. Okay, Portalcraft kind of has the most broken cards right now. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but that's ridiculous. You just win. That's where the table politics start, right? 7 costs, 4/4, Word Wielder Ginger. Can evolve. Fanfare, you may summon a follower from your hand. Its fanfare abilities can't be performed, and it can't attack enemies this turn. I like bringing out the Word Wielder Ginger and then dropping Megara with it, because those aren't fanfare abilities, and you don't care if it attacks, right? That's pretty good. Okay, hang on. Quick break, timeout. We'll be right back. Time in, we're back. See, I told you I'm getting better at this. I saw that my camera was getting ready to die. Let's see, I got it this time. So, yeah, Word Wielder Ginger. That's pretty ridiculous. The Jabberwock. 7 cost, 7/7. Fanfare. Bury another follower. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a follower that costs more than the buried follower. Summon it, then shuffle the rest and shuffle the rest of your deck and put them on the bottom of any order. Whew, man. That's a good fanfare. Mix that up with Loki, do it twice. That's ridiculous. That's what I'm going to be thinking about every time that we look at a card. I'm going to be like, hi, but what if you had played Loki last turn? Low-key. What if you played Loki? Yeah, we'll leave it. Dark Alice, 6 cost, 6/6 with Rush and Strike. Each opponent discards a card. Last rights, banish the top 10 cards of your deck, put this follower onto the field, and discard a card. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that. Banishing 10 cards, that's a lot in a 50-card deck. But you mill everybody? That's pretty good. Oh, Bahamut. What a great classic card. Bahamut, however you want to say it. 9 costs, 9/9. Deity Supreme. 0 cost to evolve. Fanfare, destroy each other follower on the field. If there are at least 2 enemy followers on the field, this follower can't attack enemy leaders. Big, big card. Zodiac Demon. Super sick art. Gosh, I love this game so much. Love this game. If you want to play, like, shout out, come find me. Let's play some Shadowverse, okay? Zodiac Demon. 6 cost, 6/6. Deity Celestial. Tap it. Discard a follower. Select an enemy follower on the field. Deal damage equal to the discarded follower's cost. Deal its leader damage equal to half the cost, rounded up. Whew, that's a lot of words. Icarus. Too close to the sun, Icarus. 2 cost, 2/2. Fanfare, put up to 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. Draw that many cards. Nice little cycle. Can't be mad about that. Golem Squad. 3 cost, spell. Make sure my mic is still going. As an additional cost to play this card, bury a follower that costs 5 or more. Give your leader -3. Is it -3 health? And discard a card. Surely that's not -3, right? I mean, that's a minus symbol. Yeah. Deal 3 damage to yourself. It's weird that it says give your leader -3 health instead of dealing 3 damage to yourself. But look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may summon a follower from among them. That's pretty good. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. I don't know how I feel about that. I like being able to summon anything, but if you whiff, oh, that's a tough price to pay. Grand Summoning, 8 cost spells, already kind of ridiculous. Search your deck for a follower that costs 3 or less and a follower that costs 5 or less and summon them. If your leader is also Portal Craft, search your deck for a follower that costs 7 or less and summon it. Recover 2 play points, shuffle your deck. That's pretty ridiculous. That's a contender for your glory card. That's nuts. Especially since I'm not aware of any counters in this game. Like, that's pretty ridiculous. If that's what you're going for, turn 8, and then you can look for anything, right? You get a 2, 5, and a 7 cost. So it's 7 or less, right? Yeah, 7 or less. So you could get Jabberwock, right? You could bring that in. You could drop the Word Wielder, and then its fanfare will go off, right? If you have something in your hand, you can go grab Loki. You can get Magira, or you can get any of the. Oh yeah, okay. I think you run Grand Summoning over the robots because you get them with it. That's pretty ridiculous. The Accelitarium, 3 costs, fanfare, search your deck for a machine card, reveal it, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck, bury this card, select a machine follower from your field, give it rush, recover play points equal to its cost. Dragon Rend Quake, beautiful, beautiful art. We still cooking with gas. Still cooking with gas. We're a little off. Oh man, when did we get so off? Oh jeez. Okay. Hopefully we fixed it. I didn't realize we were off. Dragon Wind Quake. Quick. This card costs 3 less to play if your leader is Dragoncraft, which it's not, so it's 4 costs. Select 2 followers on the field. Deal the first damage equal to the second's attack. Deal the second follower damage equal to the first attack. So they kind of strike each other, kind of. Hellblindy? 5 cost 5/5. At the start of each player's main phase, they roll 6-sided dice. If they roll a 1, 2, or 3, they give their leader +1 health and draw a card. If they roll a 4, 5, or 6, give your leader +1 health and draw a card. That's pretty cool. Genesis of Legend. We went over that in the first deck. Yeah. So don't pick the highest, don't pick the lowest. Robin Hood, 5 cost 4/5. Select an enemy follower on the field, deal it 4 damage. Pay 1 and tap this, select an enemy follower on the field, deal it 4 damage. Front Guard General, 7 cost 6/8 with Ward. Last right summons 2 Steel-clad Knights. Barbosa, 5 cost 6/5. This card costs 2 less to play if there are at least 3 enemy cards on the field. Then you can evolve it. It has a sail. Aelia. Yeah, Aelia, Dragon Knight. 3 cost 3/2, a sail. Last rights, increase your max play points by 1. You love to see that. The Genesis Dragon. A 9 cost with Storm. Oh my god, it's a 10/12 with Storm, which is charge from any other game. You can attack enemy leaders the turn that you played. 10 damage coming at you. Phoenix Roost, a 5 cost spell. At the start of each player's, or it's an amulet rather. At the start of each player's main phase, they look at the top card of their deck. If it's a follower, they may summon it. It's pretty good. Tilting at Windmills, 6 cost amulet. 3 and tap it. You may summon a follower from your hand, give it at the start of your end phase, destroy this card. Very interesting. Very interesting, especially if you have maybe something with a good fanfare and last right, possibly. Who knows, maybe. Surefire Bullet, 2 cost spell. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 3 damage. If it's an evolved follower, deal 4 damage instead. Gino, we've seen Gino. Demon Flame Mage, 3 cost 3/3, can evolve. Wyvern Cavalier, 5 cost 5/5, fanfare. Put the top card of your deck into your EX area. It costs 2 less to play. Master of Draconic Arts, Assail and Ward, fanfare. If Overflow is active, give this follower +4 attack and rush. Would come in as a 6/4. Cetus, too close to Cletus. 5 cost 5/5 that can evolve. Amethyst Giant, 9 cost 7/7. Fanfare, discard a card. Give this follower rush and aura. Strike, refresh this follower. Can only happen once per turn. Serpent Wrath, we've seen. Death's Breath, a 6 cost spell. Select a follower that costs 8 or less in your cemetery. Summon it, give it ward. That's insane. You're paying 6 for it. You're giving it ward. That's pretty ridiculous. Soul Conversion we've seen. Prison Priestess we've seen. Silver Cog Spinner we've seen. Goblin Mount Demon. I actually have this card in a deck. 5 cost 6/6. It costs 0 to evolve. It has ward. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to each other follower on your field. So make sure your board's cleared before you drop that. He attacks indiscriminately. The Unicorn Dancer we've seen. Pure-Hearted Singer we've seen in every deck, which makes sense. Execution we've seen. Starry Elf we've seen. Mark of the 6. Pollux, 4 costs 5/5. Fanfare, if there is a non-Swordcraft follower on your field, give this +1/+1 and rush. Very interesting. Armor of the Stars, 2 costs. Select a follower on your field, give it +1/+2 and aura. Craig, old Craig. The Hippocampus, 3 costs 1/5. Costs 4 to evolve, which is crazy. Has ward. Curious to see what its evolved form looks like if it costs 4 to evolve. Scaled Berserker is a 6 cost 6/7 with rush. Followers with rush can attack. Whenever this follower takes damage, give it +2/+2. That's really good. I like cards that gain stats when they trade. Curate we've seen. Ridiculous card. Mist Shaman, 2 cost 2/2. Evolve this follower. Realm of Repose we've seen. Oh, and here's our evolved deck. So we have evolved Super Robot, who's got like sword saw cleavers now. Looks like the same ability. Has a sail. This follower can't attack enemies more than X times per turn. X is the number of opponents you have left. Strike, refresh this follower. Doesn't take damage. Electo, unevolved. Select a follower in your EX area. It costs 5 less to play this turn. And then it still has the +2/+2, which is crazy. Yeah, first of all, that's nutty. That gives me Kira vibes. That's crazy. Malakio. 3/3 with Strike. If this card has at least 10 Armageddon counters on it, destroy each enemy follower on the field. If it has at least 20, deal 10 damage to each enemy leader. If it has at least 30, each opponent loses the game. So how do we get those again? Whenever a player draws a card, you place an Armageddon counter on this card. Oh, whenever a player, holy, that's crazy. That'll get crazy quick. Deepwood Anomaly. On evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and put it on the bottom of its owner's deck. And of course, whenever this deals attack damage to an enemy leader, you win the game. Ridiculous. Word Wielder. On evolve, you may summon any number of followers from your hand. Their fanfare abilities can't be performed. They can't attack this turn. That's insane. Just drop your whole hand? Goodness gracious. Love it. Bahamut. On evolve, destroy each amulet on the field. If there are at least 2 enemy followers on the field, this follower can't attack enemy leaders. Icarus. Too close to the sun. On evolve, put 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Draw that many cards. Barbosa. Assail. Last Rites. Put this in your EX area. That's pretty cool. Gino we've seen. Demon Flame Mage. On evolve, deal 2 damage to each enemy follower on the field. Cetus. On evolve, destroy each of the lowest cost enemy followers on the field. Prism Priestess, we've seen. Goblin Mount, Demon, 7/7 with Ward. Costs nothing to evolve, so why not? Unicorn Dancer, we've seen. Craig. Hippocampus just becomes a 7/7. Okay, goes from a 1/5 to a 7/7. That's giving you 6/2 in stats. That's worth 4 to evolve. Miss Shaman. On evolve, select another follower on your field and give it Aura. 3/3. And then we have our tokens, Steelclad Knights and Evolution Points. Why is it just the one deck that doesn't have Evolution Points? It's weird. Okay, we've got one left and I'm running out of space on this camera. So stick around with me. We're gonna get through the last deck and then we're gonna wrap up. All right, the deck that you've all been waiting for, and by you all, I mean me, Abysscraft with Mono, Everlasting Garnet. And we're going to start off with Milnard, Dark Fiend. 3 cost, 3/5, evolve. You can only activate this if there are 2 or less cards in your hand. Very interesting restriction, cost 1. So fanfare, each opponent with at least 7 cards in their hand discards 3 cards. That's ridiculous. It's 3 costs. You're going to play that early and you're going to rip cards out of your opponent's hand. Really, really good. Persian. 8 costs, 6/6, can evolve. It has Bane. Pay 1, discard this card. Discard any number of cards of different classes. Draw that many cards. I like good cycle, and I think that's going to be important in this deck because we're going to see a keyword called Necromancy, which means we want our graveyard full. Spawn of the Abyss is 6 cost, 5/6. Can't evolve it. At the start of your end phase, if your leader is Abysscraft, give your leader +2 health, draw a card, and then each opponent discards a card and buries a follower. That's really good. That's contender for my glory card in this deck. Orb of Desecration. 1 cost. At the start of your end phase, bury the top card of your deck. Pay 2, tap this, bury this card, select a follower in your cemetery and summon it. Activate only if there are at least 20 cards in your cemetery. So, see, we care about the graveyard here. Loki, we saw Loki in the last deck. Loki's insane. Merlin, 3 cost, 3/2. You can evolve it for 2. Fanfare, search your deck for a spell, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. Beautiful art, by the way. I'm sorry if I'm going super fast here at the end. Like I see the timer on my camera clicking down. And we're going to get through this. So next up we have Giant Chimera. So 7 cost, 7/7. Fanfare has Spell Chain 10. So deal 5 damage to each enemy leader and each enemy follower on the field. Spell Chain 20, deal 10 damage instead. Spell Chain 30, deal 30 damage instead. If you have at least 10 spells in your cemetery, perform this, this, and this. So Spell Chain is number of spells in your cemetery. So we can do up to 30 damage to each enemy leader and each enemy follower, assuming that we have 30 spells in our cemetery. Now, I don't even know if this deck has 30 spells in it. But moving on. Cerberus, I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards in the entire game. It's a fun card. It's got great design. It's cute. I love it. I love it. Cerberus is awesome. 4 cost 3/3. You can evolve it. Fanfare, put a mini or Coco into your EX area. Necrocharge, put both instead. So Necrocharge 10, that's the number of cards in our graveyard. That's what we care about. Venom Fang Medusa, 3 cost 3/3. 0, summon a Serpent token, activate only once per turn. You can tap it, bury 2 cards named Serpent, select an enemy follower on the field, and destroy it. That's really cool. It generates a resource that you can use for removal. What an insane looking card, and just a theme for a card. 10 cost, 7/7, Flame and Glass. 7/7 with Storm. On strike, deal 3 damage to each enemy follower. If there's a Harnessed Flame and Harnessed Glass in your cemetery, deal 7 damage instead. We'll see if we can find that. Israfil, 8 cost 8/8, can evolve. Fanfare, give your leader +4 health. Strike, deal 3 damage to each enemy follower on the field. Emeralda, Demonic Officer. 5 cost 4/4, can evolve. It has Storm. Fanfare, select an enemy follower that costs 5 or less on the field and destroy it. Bury the top 2 cards of your deck. Filling up that graveyard. Cursebrand Vampire, 1 cost 1/2. Necrocharge 10, deal 5. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Fanfare, select an enemy follower on the field, deal 2 damage. Necrocharge 10, deal 5. Necrocharge 20, deal 3 damage to its leader. And then it says, Necrocharge, if your cemetery contains this many cards, do the thing. Demonic Storm, 5 cost spell. Select a demon follower in your cemetery and deal damage equal to its attack. Deal damage equal to its attack to each enemy follower on the field. Necrocharge 20, you can summon it. Wow, that's pretty good. Spell Cascade. Bury the top 5 cards of your deck. Draw a card. We're filling that graveyard. Relinquish Reason, a 1 cost spell. It's a quick spell. Select an enemy follower on the field that's attacking your leader. You may change its attack target to any other leader or follower on the field, regardless of whether or not it would be normally attackable, so that you can make it attack themselves. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Athena we've seen. Gorgeous card, gorgeous art. Hellblendy we've seen. Star Reader Stella, 3 costs 3/3. Fanfare, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 of them to your hand. Bury 1, put 1 on top of your deck, and put 1 on the bottom. Strike, look at the top card of your deck. You may bury it. I always love a good you may, not a you shall. 2 cost spell, Rhyme Wind. Select an unevolved enemy follower on the field and return it to its opponent's hand. Spell chain 10, put it on top of their deck instead. Dragon Oracle, choose one of the following. Increase your maximum play points by 1 or draw a card. Always good to have modular cards. Medusa, 6 cost 6/6. Costs 1 less to play if Sanguine is active for you. I think Sanguine is a keyword for Abysscraft that has to do with our max health, or our current health. Necrocharge 10, this costs 1 less to play. Tap it. It's got Bane. Tap it, select an enemy follower on the field, and destroy it. Azael, 7 costs 6/6. Necrocharge 10, costs 3 less to play. Has Bane. Fanfare, each opponent discards a random card. Odile, the Black Swan, beautiful card. 5 costs 6/4. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to each enemy leader and each enemy follower on the field. Necrocharge 20, you get Storm, and it has Strike. Deal 2 damage to each enemy leader and each enemy follower on the field. Zoe, Princess of Goldania, can evolve it. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to your leader, bury the top 2 cards of your deck, and draw a card. Bellringer Angel, one of the best cards in the game, just in general, because 0/2 with Taunt, Ward, and Last Ride's draw card. Nothing like a good taunt that cycles itself. Made Leader, we've seen Mr. Heinlein, Shadow Mage, 5 costs 4/4. Fanfare, bury the top 4 cards of your deck. Recover play points equal to the number of spells buried this way. You can tap it to discard a spell, select an enemy follower on the field, and deal it 4 damage. Freshman Lou, we've seen Insight. Draw a card. Love it. It's important. It cycles, but it also feeds your Necrocharge, right? And Portalcraft has something called Spell Charge. That's a whole nother thing. We don't have time to go into that. But like some people look at this and goes, oh, it just replaces itself, right? I'm paying 1 mana to just get a different card. But it charges that spell chain. So important. Fate's Hand, 3 cost. Draw 2 cards, spell chain 10, recover 1 play point. Truce Adjudication, 3 costs. Choose one of the following. If there are at least 2 mage followers on your field, choose up to 2 instead. 1. Draw 2 cards. 2. Deal 3 damage to each enemy leader. 3. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 3 damage. Shenlong, great card we've seen. Hell's Unleasher, 2 costs, 2/2. Tap it, bury this card, select a follower that costs 3 or more in your cemetery, and add it to your hand. Death's Breath, we've seen. Soul Conversion. Dark Offering, 1 cost. Quick spell, select a card on your field, destroy it, give your leader +3 health, and draw a card. Not bad, get a good trade in, maybe something's low on health, has a last right ability, you can get some value out of it. Harnessed Flame, 3 costs, 3/2, bury this card and a Harness Glass, search your deck for a Flaming Glass, summon it, and then shuffle your deck. Harness Glass, 3 costs, 2/3, fanfare, draw a card, put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Trail of Light, 2 cost spell. When this is discarded, draw a card. Draw a card. Call of Cocytus. 6 cost spell. Select an enemy follower on the field, destroy it, and search your deck for a non-element follower. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Penguin Wizard! We found the greatest card ever. Penguin Wizard. 2 cost, 1/4. Can evolve it, tap it, discard a spell, draw a card. Old Craig. Wind Blast, 1 cost, select an enemy follower on the field, deal 2 damage. Has spell chain 10, deal 4 damage instead. Sorcery Cache, 2 costs, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a card from among them and add it to your hand. You may also bury a spell, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Firing Brace, 4 costs, quick spell, select an enemy follower on the field, deal 10 damage, spell chain 10, deal 3 damage to its leader. Witch Bolt, 3 costs, select an enemy follower on the field, deal it 5 damage, and if there's an evolved follower on your field, draw a card. I love this card. It's just a great card in Abysscraft. I can't tell you, Spartoy, Sergeant, I don't know. 2 costs, 2/3, bury the top 2 cards of your deck. Already just feeding that graveyard. Undead King, a 6 cost, 6/6, Rise Up King. Fanfare, select up to 2 followers in your cemetery and add them to your hand. I love recursion. Bone Chimera, 3 costs, has Necrocharge 7, gives it Rush and Bane. It is a 1/1, so it can just take out anything. Fanfare, bury the top 3 cards of your deck. Undying Resentment, we've seen. Oh, now we're into the Evolved deck. All right. I'm sorry it went really fast on this one, especially since I thought it was going to be my favorite, but we are just running thin on time, and I want to make sure I talk to you at the end. So, Evolved deck, we have Milnar the Dark Fiend, has Storm and Strike, draw 2 cards, recover 3 play points. That's insane. Being able to draw 2 cards when you attack is just ridiculous. Persian, 7/7 Bane, on evolve, reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal 2 followers. Summon them. Shuffle the rest on your bottom in any order. That's great because it means you can't miss, right? That's huge. Spawn of the Abyss, probably still my contender for the glory card in this deck. 7/8, at the start of your end phase, if your leader is Abysscraft, give your leader +4 health and draw 2 cards. Then each opponent discards 2 cards and buries 2 followers. That's gross. Merlin, on evolved, select a spell that costs 3 or less in your cemetery and play it for 0 points. Cerberus, on evolve, put Mimi and Coco tokens into your EX area. Ishfal, strike, deal 5 damage to each enemy follower on the field. It is a 10/10 when evolved. Emeralda, Demonic Officer, has Storm and Drain, which is huge. You love being able to heal on your attacks. Strike, bury the top 2 cards of your deck. Azael, 7/7, Bane, on evolve. Ooh, change each enemy leader's defense to 20. That's gross. Zoe, on evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and banish it. Bellringer Angel, on evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and deal 2 damage. Made Leader, we've seen. Shenlong, we have seen. Penguin Wizard! Tap it. We already read that, but on evolve, refresh this card. So you can use its ability more than once in a turn. Craig, we've seen. Mimi, and of course Coco is going to be next. So Mimi, select an enemy follower on the field and deal 2 damage. Oh, Coco, select an enemy follower on the field, and give it 2 health. These are the Serpent tokens that we can generate. They are 0/1s with Bane. And see, no evolve cards in that one. Weird. All right, guys. So, final thoughts here while we very quickly run out of time. Let me get everything in here. So, yeah, we look good. I love all 4 of these decks. I think these are all phenomenal. I think strength-wise, Portalcraft is absolutely cracked. The cards in that deck are insane, and it has so much self-synergy. It's ridiculous. Thematically, my favorite is probably Momo and then Heavencraft, thematically. I don't think the Heavencraft is very good. I actually think it's the weakest of the 4 decks. And again, I might not know what I'm talking about. I'm just giving you my thoughts. But I love Momo. I love all 4 of these decks. I think if I had to rank them like strength-wise, I would say Portalcraft, Swordcraft, and Abysscraft are probably right there next to each other, neck and neck, and then Heavencraft. I'm just not a big fan of like the amulet juggling thing. It's not my favorite. Very, very quickly running out of time. Thank you guys so much. If you're still here on the video, thank you for watching this. I know it was a long one. It was a marathon, not a sprint. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed what we did with this. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. Huge shout out to our Patreon supporters, Sam, Caleb, Adam. We wouldn't be here without you. I just need all of you guys to go to the comments right now, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and tell me what you thought about today. Tell me what you want to see, what you want different, what you liked, what you didn't like. Tell me what you think about Shadowverse. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. We're out.